Philosophy JKD here, back with another one. Before we get started, can you please like and subscribe? I always forget to to say that. Just I always want to jump right into the material. And this one, I'm talking about One Piece and the Return of Enel. Now, there are some telltale signs. Okay, if you use the science of parallel construction, not through language, but a parallel construction that tells a story that foreshadows something that is going to happen or really did happen in another world or time space. Okay. So when you look at it now, when he was trying to find what he was calling Fairyverse and build that massive golden structure, and he ended up going to the moon, there were automatons there. I mean, there were machines literally that were responding to the fact that he was shooting them with lightning, probably creating something like a piezoelectrical effect, which reanimated the robots, and then asked Enel to, in the cover story, to go get his fallen brothers. There was a war on the moon. Um, uh, this is very interesting. The war on the moon. There was a Gold Star magazine produced by the same people that made DuckTales, where they actually had an obelisk on the moon. And allegedly, there is a large structure on the moon, and the moon is a structure that rotates, but it rotates not like the Earth. It was very interesting. It might even be a created thing brought there. But in One Piece, I believe it's a foreshadowing to the fact that there may have been ancient astronauts. It has to be. It has to mean that in One Piece, because if there's people on the moon, okay, and they'll respond so well to these people on the moon, it foreshadows something. Now, Joy Boy, Luffy, okay, when he goes into Gear 5, you hear the drums of liberation. What's on the back of Enel? What's really on his back? Drums. Drums, crystals, um, uh, diamonds, in a certain type of way, especially if they have the right. There's all types of diamonds, but they can give off a piezoelectrical effect. Now that can happen inside of a structure. A piezoelectrical effect can happen, or it could just happen from waterways, creating that rubbing sensation that creates electricity. Okay, so Monkey D. Luffy and Enel, the showdown happened pretty early in One Piece comparatively to how long this ran. And One Piece wasn't supposed to run that long. So if you use that parallel construction perspective, we may have aligning groups since the show's gone on for so long. Where, like in a previous video, I said that the admirals are probably going to defect. Enel destroy his Sky Island home totally. And now Emu is destroying rebellious nations outright with the mother frame. There's a parallel construction between those two, that they are willing to cross the Rubicon and basically genocide people, which is very interesting because if the world government and the military actually fragment away from each other, and we know Fujitora would not be happy about that. Maybe the only admiral that might stay would be Green Bull. Maybe. But if the Celestial Dragons are trying to execute Green Bull, then I could see Green Bull even defect just for the sheer process of self-preservation. You know. So this is going to be a very interesting concept coming down the line. So what happens with Luffy and his alliance? Do they get the admirals, and when the emperors come back, do the emperors actually become part of the grand fleet of the Straw Hats? Or if Big Mom and Kaido come back, will they join the world government? Shanks himself seems like he could be a person with ties to the world government that go beyond what we even think, being from the Figureland family. The Figureland family appears to be even above celestial dragons. So we don't know everything about Shanks. I believe that Shanks could be a double agent, where he's not necessarily a bad guy, but he's almost like a Itachi Uchiha, someone who uses his strength to keep the order and the peace. I think that's exactly what Shanks ultimately is, and I think other people on his crews are celestial dragons. I got reasons for that. So I could see Shanks, I could see the rare pirates all defect to the world government, or openly support them now. And you can have a fragmented situation where there's different groups in the military, where you have Shield, which we don't know a ton about Shield. We know some things about Sword, you know. Um, we have the Revolutionary Army. So like Otis said, the end game is gonna be like free for all. We're gonna have space wars now. We're gonna have a world government. We may even have Blackbeard join the world government as one of the emperors and try to do a coup d'état to try to actually take it over. It's going to be very interesting. Um, let me know what you think. Remember, um, please like the video. It helps the algorithm, drive the algorithm up. I'm surprised I'm getting so many views already. But in the comments, if you have any thoughts about that, how the alignments are, because we could play with this all day. But my main goal is not to go over 10 minutes for now. And eventually, um, once I make a certain plateau points on the channel, you're going to see much larger videos, because we could play all day in this. Like, this is a sandbox that you can just keep playing in it, keep mixing it up, like a Mr. Potato Head. All right, guys. Philosophy signing out.